Many people may soon be forced to invest in Bitcoin, whether they like it or not. Recently, Bitcoin's value skyrocketed, hitting all-time highs. This surge was largely fueled by an unprecedented demand for the Bitcoin ETF, particularly BlackRock's ETF, which recently saw some of its biggest trading days. Currently, BlackRock controls over 50,000 Bitcoins, valued at nearly $9.5 billion, which is astounding. This video will delve into a range of topics, including a glitch on Coinbase that showed zero balances in user portfolios, the potential for an Ethereum ETF, and how everyone will contribute to Bitcoin's value increase, whether they support or oppose it. Additionally, it will touch on Edward Snowden's statement that a national government will be uncovered this year for adding Bitcoin to its reserves as a modern substitute for gold, without having made this public. This could be a groundbreaking development, potentially involving major countries such as China or Russia. An interesting development is on the horizon for Michael Saylor's company, MicroStrategy, which could cause people to invest in Bitcoin, even if they are unaware of it. MicroStrategy has reached a significant milestone with a market cap of $15.8 billion, the size needed to be considered for inclusion in the S&P 500. Once MicroStrategy joins the S&P 500, anyone with investments in the stock market, including pension funds, target date funds, and most 401ks, will indirectly gain exposure to MicroStrategy. Michael Saylor is known for leveraging his company's stock to purchase more Bitcoin. As Bitcoin's value increases, so does the value of MicroStrategy. This means that anyone investing in the S&P 500 could soon have a stake in MicroStrategy and, by extension, in Bitcoin. As MicroStrategy's value grows, Saylor can borrow more against the company to buy additional Bitcoin, creating a potentially endless cycle of growth fueled by Bitcoin's price increases. This strategy could significantly impact the company's value and the wider adoption of Bitcoin. Understanding why Bitcoin's value is likely to keep rising is straightforward when we look at the numbers. Since the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, over 317,000 Bitcoins, worth about $19 billion, were purchased in just 1 month, breaking all previous ETF records. This buying spree is in stark contrast to the daily creation mining rate of 900 Bitcoins. This rate is consistent, except for every 4 years when it's halved during an event known as the halving. Recently, ETFs bought over 10,000 Bitcoins in a single day, far outstripping the daily production and indicating a significant demand exceeding supply. With Bitcoin's next halving in April, the daily production will drop to 450 Bitcoins, intensifying the supply-demand imbalance if ETFs continue buying at even a slightly higher rate. This dynamic is a key driver behind Bitcoin's price increase. Additionally, the current holdings in ETFs are growing weekly, signaling soaring demand. In countries facing inflation, Bitcoin has already surpassed its all-time high, even though it hasn't in the US market. Currently, 93% of all Bitcoins that will ever exist are already in circulation, with a cap of 21 million Bitcoins. However, due to lost Bitcoins, the actual number is closer to 16 million, highlighting a significant supply shortage. With over 64 million millionaires worldwide and only about 15 million Bitcoins available, not every millionaire could own even half a Bitcoin. This scarcity is a fundamental reason why Bitcoin's price continues to rise, as demand far outpaces the limited supply. Last week, Coinbase users experienced a shocking moment when they logged in to find their account balances displaying as zero, with one user reportedly losing access to $3.6 million. This situation is a nightmare scenario for anyone involved in cryptocurrency, highlighting the risks of storing large sums on exchanges. As a result of this glitch, Bitcoin's market cap dropped by $100 billion, with its value plunging from $64,000 to $59,000 within just 15 minutes. The likely cause was Coinbase's inability to manage a surge in traffic as people rushed to check their balances or buy more Bitcoin, especially as prices rise and approach all-time highs. Historically, reaching new highs often leads to a series of further highs, as both individual and institutional investors, driven by a fear of missing out, jump into the market. This pattern isn't exclusive to Bitcoin, but is also observed in the stock market, indicating a common psychological reaction across different asset types. This behavior influences not only retail investors, but also large institutions. For example, Morgan Stanley has begun incorporating Bitcoin ETF options, indicating its interest in engaging with cryptocurrency on behalf of its clients, who collectively have over $1.3 trillion in assets managed by the firm. Coinbase is poised for significant success, particularly due to its vital role in managing the custody of Bitcoins held within ETFs. As Bitcoin's value increases, this custody service is expected to become a major revenue stream for Coinbase. Additionally, as ETFs make Bitcoin more accessible, some investors might decide to take direct ownership of their Bitcoin through Coinbase, potentially boosting the company's growth. The future, however, remains uncertain, especially concerning the potential launch of an Ethereum spot ETF. While Jim Cramer jests that its success means it may never happen, experts suggest a decent chance of its introduction, possibly as early as May this year, which could significantly impact Ethereum's price. Edward Snowden's statement about an unknown country revealing its Bitcoin investments later this year adds another layer of intrigue. Already, El Salvador has publicly invested in Bitcoin, boasting a 40% return. The broader implication is that for Bitcoin to reach the $1 million mark, as some experts predict, it would likely require countries to start incorporating Bitcoin into their national reserves. The driving force behind Bitcoin's price potential is essentially the unlimited capacity for fiat currency creation, suggesting that as long as this continues, Bitcoin's value could keep rising. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing to the channel for more financial news and analysis. Keep in mind, this video is not financial advice and is for entertainment purposes only.